Texas Lutheran University.
comfort us with rest, and provide us with opportunities to engage each other, that together we might create a new future with hope. All this we pray in your holy name. Amen.
Good morning. As President of Texas Lutheran University, it is my honor to preside over the opening convocation of the 2016-17 academic year, the 126th for this venerable institution. Convocation continues our tradition of marking the first day of classes by coming together to welcome back returning faculty, staff, and students, and greet the newest members of the TLU community. And we ask God's blessings on all of us and our work together this year. A special greeting to new freshmen and transfer students. Preliminaries are finally over. First day of class is here, and you are part of TLU now. We are blessed with an incoming class that is large in number, talent, and energy, and we need you to contribute right from the start. Texas Lutheran University is a community of approximately 1,500 students and faculty and staff, and each year about a third of those 1,500 are new. What other type of organization gets that kind of refreshment and remaking every year? Perhaps that's why working on a college campus is so enjoyable. With that kind of continuous renewal and change, our work is always fresh and the start of every year an exciting adventure. I wish for each of you that today marks the start of a smooth journey towards graduation. But more importantly, that your progress is not going to be simply measured by accumulation of credit hours, but by the friends and mentors and experiences that will influence you long after you leave TLU. We're honored to have with us today several special guests and friends. I want to first recognize the chairman of the Texas Lutheran University Board of Regents and Texas Lutheran College alum, Mr. Wes Peoples. And we're delighted to welcome the 13th president of Texas Lutheran University, Dr. John Moline. John, good morning. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce the president of the TLU Student Government Association, Ms. Vanessa Espinosa, who brings greetings from our students. Vanessa?
Good morning. Good morning, my fellow Bulldogs, old and new. My name is Vanessa Espinosa, and I'm your 2016-2017 Student Government Association President. I would like to personally thank each and every one of you for joining me for this year's convocation. To all my first-year students, welcome. I hope that you will enjoy your transition into Texas Lutheran University. You are a Bulldog now, so I hope that very soon TLU will start to feel like home. A new school year means new faces, friends, and adventures. There is opportunity for memories to be made, lessons to be learned, and goals to be accomplished. I encourage each of you to embrace every single moment of your time here at TLU. This campus is a beautiful place to thrive, so never feel like any goal is unattainable. Here at TLU, you will have the chance to learn more about yourself and where your passions lie. You will be challenged and encouraged. More importantly, you will learn to learn boldly and live to inspire. This time will fly by, and before you know it, you will be crossing the stage at commencement. The time may pass, but the memories will live forever. To all my returning Bulldogs, I wish you another amazing year. Here we are at another chance to succeed further and strive to accomplish new goals. It seems like only yesterday I was a freshman trying to find myself here at TLU, and now I stand a senior looking for my next chapter in life. We all know this year will fly by, just like those of the years past. But we also know that we will do amazing things in this short time. This year will be another great one, and I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you for your time, and have a great first day of class.
Thank you, Vanessa, and good luck to you this year. as you begin your presidency. I can tell you it's a good learning experience, and we look forward to working with you. TLU is part of a larger community of Seguin, and we're so pleased with all the good things and positive things that are happening in the city of Seguin. And we're very grateful for the leadership of our mayor, Don Kyle, who once again is going to bring greetings from the city of Seguin. Donnie?
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Dorsey. And thank you all, distinguished faculty, regents, students, and fellow citizens. This is my fourth convocation now, and it's been a really great experience because I've gotten to see so many great things happen on this campus just in the last 4 years with the athletics complex and with the resident dorms and all the great things that are happening on this campus. I mean, it's just sprouted up with all these wonderful things. And you know what? A lot of things like that have happened in Seguin as well. And I invite all you newcomers to go around Seguin, learn a little bit about our great city. Because this year, this past year, we went through a process called branding where we try to figure out who we are, what people think of us, and mainly what others think of us and what visitors think of us. And so we have to come up with a logo and a tagline. And believe it or not, the tagline for Seguin is Seguin, Texas, it's real. And at first glance, you think, well, what the heck does that mean? And what it does is it creates a question. And at first I even thought, wow, I'm really not sure what this really means. Is it real? What is it? But what we discovered and what has happened is that it's really turned out to be a really wonderful, great thing, because what it means is that Texas, this town in Texas, Seguin, is a very real small town part of Texas. That is what we've found through all this research. People know us for our history, for the fact that we are a real downtown. We have a real downtown, a real small town downtown experience. It's not a contrived town center like you find in Sugar Land or Plano or one of these other places that spend millions of dollars trying to recreate what we already have here. We have wonderful, real people working very hard every day to build this community. And we're very, very proud of that. And we're very, very proud of our history and who we are. How many of you new students know who Juan Seguin is? Does anybody? See, very few. But they're our namesake. Juan Seguin, believe it or not, was a very real Texas hero. He was in the Alamo. I hope you guys have studied the Alamo, okay, if you're from Texas. And he was the last courier out of the Alamo carrying Travis's message and plea for help. He bravely got through the Mexican lines and tried to get to Sam Houston to ask for help to come to the Alamo's aid, but unfortunately couldn't make it. He later joined up with Sam Houston and defeated Santa Anna at the Battle of San Jacinto and created the Republic of Texas. He was a true and real Texas hero, and that is who we are named after. And so that's a little bit a part of the grittiness that is Seguin. People here work hard, they celebrate Brig, and they love their history, and we're very, very proud of that. So if you go downtown on our city square, you see that guy up on the horse with the sword. That's Juan Seguin leading the troops at the Battle of San Jacinto. How does this work into TLU? Well, TLU is a very, very real place too. This is a real campus. You know, this isn't the University of Phoenix online. You know, you're not going to be sitting in your basement in your underwear, you know, going through calculus problems. You know, this is a bricks and mortar thing with real people walking around with real professors. You're not going to be sitting in a 1,000-seat auditorium taking freshman biology led by a teaching assistant who's not even a real professor. You'll be here where it's real classrooms with real professors who really care about your success. You'll have real campus experiences and create real lifetime friendships. Even the student athletes here are real. They're not the paid professionals like in D1. You know, these guys have to actually perform in the classroom as well as on the field. So that is what some of the real things are about this place. And that's one of the real stories that we tell about Seguin every day. When people say, what does that mean? It's real. And what is real is this place and all you wonderful people here. And on behalf of the city of Seguin, I want to, all of those who are coming back, welcome back. For all the newcomers, welcome to our great and wonderful city. I invite you to explore it, learn about it. We've got so many wonderful things to know and to enjoy here at Seguin. And I wish you all a great and wonderful new academic new year. God bless you. Go Bulldogs.
Opening Convocation also gives us a great opportunity to recognize and celebrate with the entire community faculty milestones and recognitions over this past year. This enjoyable task falls to our Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Debbie Cottrell. Debbie?
Good morning. It is my pleasure to share several faculty introductions and recognitions this morning, beginning with the introduction of the newest members of our faculty. We are pleased this year to welcome 4 new full-time tenure-track faculty members into our community. I'll ask them to stand as their names are called, and I provide a brief biography on each. First, Dr. Ariadna De Villa, Assistant Professor of World Languages and Cultures. Dr. De Villa holds a Bachelor of Arts from St. Mary's University, a Master of Arts from Middlebury College, and a PhD from the University of Malaga in Spain. She comes to TLU from St. Mary's University. Welcome. Professor Travis Johnson, Assistant Professor of Dramatic Media. Professor Johnson holds a Bachelor of Fine Arts from Stephen F. Austin State University and a Master of Fine Arts from Wayne State University. He comes to TLU from San Jacinto College. Dr. Monica Matoka, Assistant Professor of Kinesiology. Dr. Matoka holds a Bachelor of Science from Texas Lutheran University, a Master of Education from Texas State University, and a Doctor of Athletic Training from the University of Idaho, and she comes to us from Texas State University. Dr. Rosie Morris, Associate Professor of Business and Economics. Dr. Morris holds a Bachelor of Science from Texas Christian University, a Master of Science from the University of Houston, and a PhD from the University of Houston. She comes to us from Texas State University. We are also pleased this year to welcome to our community 1 new faculty member in a continuing program full-time role and 1 new faculty member in a visiting role. I'll ask both of them to stand as I call their names. Dr. Jacques Jean Francois, program full-time faculty member in chemistry. And Dr. Stephen Milkey, visiting faculty member in physics. Among our returning faculty, we have several announcements of tenure and promotion that were approved by our board last spring. I will ask each of these individuals to stand as I call their names. First, for tenure and promotion to associate professor, Dr. Danielle Grove. Dr. Grove joined the TLU faculty in biology in 2010. Her degrees are from Northwestern University and Tufts University. Dr. Will Hager. Dr. Hager came to the TLU Mathematics and Computer Science Department in 2010. He holds a Bachelor of Science from the University of Wisconsin and a PhD from the University of Iowa. Dr. Eliza Jeffords. Dr. Jeffords joined the TLU Music Department in 2010, where she serves as Director of Strings. She earned a Bachelor's of Music from Vanderbilt University, a Master's of Music from Indiana University, and a Doctorate in Musical Arts from the University of Cincinnati. and Professor Kyle Olson. Professor Olson joined the TLU faculty as Assistant Professor of Art in 2010. He holds a BFA from Midwestern State University and an MFA from the University of Nebraska. He also serves as Director of the TLU Art Gallery. And upon the recommendation of the Rank and Tenure Committee, the Vice President for Academic Affairs, and the President, the Texas Lutheran University Board of Regents has approved the granting of tenure and promotion to Associate Professor for the 4 individuals recognized above. And let's give them another round of applause. And for promotion to Professor, Dr. Christopher Bollinger. Dr. Bollinger joined TLU's English and Communication Studies Department in 2005. He received tenure and was promoted to Associate Professor at TLU in 2011. He currently serves as the inaugural Director of TLU's Center for Teaching and Learning. Dr. Bollinger holds a BS from Regis University and an MS from the University of Charleston and a PhD from Bowling Green State University. Dr. Judith Hoffman. Dr. Hoffman holds a BA from Texas Lutheran University, an MA from Texas State University, and a PhD from the University of Texas at Austin. Since joining the TLU faculty in 2004, she has taught courses in geography, history, and the first-year experience, and currently serves as director of TLU's Social Entrepreneurship Program. Dr. Hoffman was tenured and promoted to associate professor in 2010. And Professor Martha Wren. Professor Wren joined the TLU faculty in 1993 as assistant professor and reader's service librarian. She was tenured in 1996, promoted to associate professor in 2001, and named university librarian in 2002. She also currently serves as director of academic grants. Professor Wren holds a BA from Texas Lutheran and an MLS from the University of Texas at Austin. And upon the recommendation of the Rank and Tenure Committee, the Vice President for Academic Affairs, and the President, the TLU Board of Regents has approved promotion to the rank of professor for the 3 individuals recognized above. I now want to note several additional distinctions and honors for our TLU faculty members. We are very fortunate to have donor support at TLU that allows 20 faculty members to hold endowed chairs, endowed professorships, or to be the recipient of an endowed fellowship. These distinguished appointments provide financial support and also recognize outstanding work as teachers and scholars. Appointments to these positions are made upon the recommendation of the Rank and Tenure Committee and approval of the Board of Regents. I'll ask that the current holders of these distinguished appointments stand as their names are called and displayed behind me, beginning with our 7 endowed chairs. Dr. Douglas Boyer, holder of the Mary Gibbs Jones Chair in Choral Music. Dr. Eliza Jeffers, holder of the Anita Windecker Chair. You all are supposed to be standing up when I call your names. Dr. Jeanette Jones, holder of the Helen I. Weiss Chair in Educational Leadership. Dr. James Newberry, holder of the Joe Murphy Chair in Education. Dr. Alicia Olson, holder of the Jesse H. Jones Chair in Business Administration. Professor Martha Wren, holder of the Luther W. and Ruth E. Sappenfeld Chair in Library Science. And Dr. William Squires, holder of the Dr. Frederick C. Elliott Chair in Health, Fitness, and Nutrition. We also have 10 faculty members who hold endowed professorships, and I'll ask that you stand as I call your name. Dr. Scott Bailey, Lily Krause Professor in Social Science. Dr. Norman Beck, Pastor Gerhard A. and Marion Paleman Professor in Theology. Dr. Annette Sitzler, Clarice Bowles Professor in Economics. Dr. Sally Cook, Leif Johnson Professor in Business Administration, Dr. Eric Daub, Benzinger Professor in Music, Dr. Philip Grace, Hugo and Georgia Gibson Professor, Dr. Robert Jonas, Adolph L. Krause Professor in Natural Science, Dr. Alan Levens, Sidney Bowles Professor in Biology, Professor Melanie Thompson, Elton Bowman Professor in Business Administration and Accounting, and Dr. Tony Sansi, Harold T. Johnson Professor in Pre-Engineering. And these three faculty members currently hold endowed fellowships. Professor Brian Coulomb, holder of the George Kiefer Kinesiology Fellowship, Professor Kyle Olson, holder of the Werner Gimbler Fellowship, and Dr. Stephanie Perez, holder of the George Kiefer Science Fellowship. The 2015-16 academic year brought a very special external award to one faculty member at TLU. The Piper Professorship is a distinguished honor presented to 10 faculty members across the state of Texas each year. These faculty members are selected on the basis of the distinction of their teaching and on their profound influence on students. It is my great pleasure to note this morning that our own Dr. Tiffany Sia was chosen for this award in spring 2016. I ask that Dr. Sia stand and be recognized for her selection, which included a $5,000 cash award from the Piper Foundation. Finally, this year, I'm pleased to present our third annual TLU Awards in Teaching and in Assessment, in recognition of the work our faculty do in the classroom and in support of all forms of student learning. 2 awards are being given for outstanding teaching, and because of a tie this year, we'll be giving 3 assessment awards. Our teaching awards were chosen based on nominations submitted by TLU faculty members. Those nominations were then reviewed by our Center for Teaching and Learning Committee, as well as the Rank and Tenure Committee. And upon the recommendation of these bodies, I'm pleased to present the following 2 awards, with both recipients receiving a framed certificate, a plaque to go outside their office, and an award of $1,000. Please come forward when your name is called. Our first teaching award recipient has been described as approachable, thoughtful, insightful, and creative in finding ways to enhance the learning process. Teaching in an area that many students find difficult and thus are not always overjoyed to pursue, she works constantly to interest and motivate her students. She's attentive to helping them gain confidence and improve their achievement level. She's created a separate workshop course to focus on basic skills, as well as supplemental online assignments to improve student understanding. One student has written that, personally, I think she's a pretty darn great professor. She taught me in a very helpful and effective manner. Granted, there were times when I was very confused, but she cleared it up right away. She's a great one in my book. And so I'm pleased to present this award for teaching excellence in 2015-16 to Professor Rebecca Clark of the Mathematics and Computer Science Department. The second teaching award goes to a faculty member who, as a senior colleague has written, understands that being student-centered does not mean coddling students, but rather meeting them where they are and opening them up to a whole new world for them to rise into. This faculty member is known for not only her engagement with students, but with her genuine enthusiasm for talking about teaching with her colleagues. Though not the most experienced faculty member at TLU, This individual has demonstrated leadership, persistence, and a belief in her students that allows her to tackle difficult teaching with courage and conviction. She's a classroom strategist, always looking for ways to improve and enhance her teaching. And it is evident to all who know her classroom style that she does not see herself as one who teaches writing, but rather as one who is teaching students to become writers. And so for outstanding teaching effectiveness in 2015-16, we present the Teaching Excellence Award to Dr. Margaret Gonzalez, Director of Composition and member of the Department of English and Communication Studies. We also want to present this morning awards for outstanding departmental assessment work, reflecting the time and effort that our faculty spend to ensure that successful student learning occurs. These awards, which include a certificate and a departmental budget supplement, are made upon the recommendation of the Institutional Assessment Committee. And I'll ask the chairs or directors of the selected programs or departments to come forward as these awards are announced. The first award for innovation in improving student learning and academic excellence goes to the Department of Dramatic Media. This department was noted for consistent use of assessment results to improve quality of classroom experience and for sharing information to benefit students across the university. I'll ask the Chair of Dramatic Media, Professor David Legore, to come forward to receive this award. The second award for outstanding data analysis to improve student learning goes this year to two areas because the committee reported to me that it was just too close to pick. Both of these areas are being recognized for their efforts to analyze assessment data in order to identify factors contributing to student achievement and to reinforce that through their curriculum and course assignments. The two recipients this year are the Composition Program and the Master of Accountancy Program. I'll ask Dr. Margaret Gonzalez and Professor Melanie Thompson to come forward to receive their awards. I want to say congratulations to all who have been honored and recognized this morning. Let's give one more round of applause.
Thank you, Debbie, and congratulations, faculty. Some of you are probably thinking, is Dorsey trying to commit professional suicide here today because he forgot to introduce the chair of the Board of Regents? Well, not yet. We thought we'd save the best for last, so it is my pleasure to introduce the chair of the Texas Lutheran University Board of Regents, Mr. Wes Peoples, for a special announcement. Wes?
Good morning. I would like first, let's start out, this is, I always like to go off script a little bit. All the freshmen and first year students, stand up, please. Now, welcome, and here's your first tip. I don't know what it's like today, but when I went to Texas Lutheran, all you guys sitting in the back there, see all these empty seats? You guys are the first guys these guys are going to call on. So when you see that empty seat, move right up front. Welcome and congratulations for being here. Thank you, Dr. Dorsey. I am here today representing the Board of Regents. For everybody who just stood up, I'll let you know what the Board of Regents does here at TLU. We do our part. Our part is to part of our charge, I'll get it out, is to assist in moving the university in a fiscally responsible manner into the future. Whether that has to do with expansion of curriculum or facilities, we are involved in one way or the other. Our facilities have to continue to improve to meet the world-class education you're about to receive. In today's world, that is no easy task. Recent improvements in our campus facilities, including bringing our football and track programs on campus, have been huge successes when it comes to improving student life and bringing alumni back to our campus. A few of the future campaigns for improvement include an expansion of our science facilities, building a permanent home for our nursing school, which is growing by leaps and bounds, improvements to house our expanded Pathways program, and improvement to our student center. All these are already in the planning stages. I'm here today to talk about our new fine arts facility. So, why fine arts first? I'll give a couple of quotes that I think will help explain that. Dr. David Oxtoby, the president of Sonoma College in Sonoma, California, who is also an internationally known chemist, noted this: as they set goals, our colleges and universities need to consider the central role of the arts. The quality of spaces allocated to studio and performing arts is a statement on institutional priorities. How we treat artistic interest and experience in admissions helps determine our student body. As liberal arts colleges, we have a unique opportunity to model ideals not only through our curriculum, but through our campus environments and the nature of our communities. I think that a poet named Dana Gioia may have said it best. Art is an irreplaceable way of understanding and expressing the world, equal to but distinct from scientific and conceptual methods. Art awakens, enlarges, refines, and restores our humanity. It is with great joy today that I'm here to announce that the board of Texas Lutheran University, actually in a special called meeting just last Friday, has voted to move forward with the construction of the Caroline M. Weston Center for the Performing Arts. The university has engaged the firm of Bartcock Kohler to begin work next month on the center. That will include a new school. Thank you. That will include a new school of music and studio theater. The Weston Center will provide much needed rehearsal, practice, and office space for TLU music students and faculty. The studio theater will provide a permanent home for the dramatic media program, a wonderful space for TLU community to enjoy student dramatic performances. Finally, the project will include a renovation of the first and second floor lobbies of this building, Jackson Auditorium, to include new flooring and finishes and the expansion of the restroom facilities. The Weston Center for the Performing Arts is scheduled to be completed in time for the fall 2017 semester, if it doesn't rain every other day. In all, the Weston Center marks the most ambitious construction project in TLU history at a cost of just over $15 million. It would not have become possible without the foundational gift from Mr. Granger Weston and the Weston family in honor of Ms. Caroline M. Weston, whose lifelong passionate support for music and music education the faculty will honor in perpetuity. The Westons are here with us today. I would ask that they stand and be recognized. thank you so much for your gift.
On behalf of the TLU faculty, and particularly our faculty members in the music and dramatic media departments, I want to express appreciation to the Board of Regents for their bold and visible endorsement of our academic programs seen today in their approval to move forward this fall with the construction that will create the Caroline M. Weston Center for the Performing Arts. The impact of adding more than 38,000 square feet to support the performing arts at TLU is difficult to fully describe in the time I have today. But to put it clearly, we're going to see a vast increase in space for music faculty offices and studios, rehearsal halls, and student practice rooms, as well as the addition of flexible live theater and video production space that will provide dramatic media a true home on our campus for the first time ever. Music students will no longer be crammed on top of each other and on top of their instruments in check, and dramatic media students will gain a studio theater that will also function as a state-of-the-art teaching and learning space. Many individuals worked very hard to bring us to this moment, and I want particularly to thank Dr. Doug Boyer, Chair of the Music Department, and Professor David Legore, Chair of the Dramatic Media Department, for the time and detailed attention they have brought to the planning of this project. The idea for this kind of project had been around for quite a while when I came to TLU in 2012, and Doug and Dave had reason to think that my asking them to join in yet another round of planning might be no more than yet another exercise in unrealized dreams. I'm so grateful for the good and generous spirit they have shown at each step by acting like it actually might happen this time, and for the work of Dr. Dorsey and the Board of Regents to ensure that it is, in fact, going to happen. This is an important day for TLU's academic programs, for our students, for our faculty, and for future students who will benefit from what we are about to undertake with the construction of the Weston Center. Thank you again.
Thank you, Debbie, and thank you, Wes, and thank you to the Board of Regents. It is a great day to be a Bulldog. The Weston Center, as Debbie has described, provides much-needed and long-overdue facilities for music and theater. In addition, it's a huge step forward in the transformation of the TLU campus, envisioned by the Board of Regents when it adopted the campus master plan in 2010. And it continues the visible momentum following on Centennial Hall and the athletic complex. And this is a great day for the city of Seguin. And I'm glad you're here, Don, because this center will be a great asset for our students, but it also will serve the larger community as a center for arts education and performance. I really want to say thank you to the Weston family here today, because this just would not have happened. I think back to a conversation I had with Graham Weston about 4 years ago, and that really led to this moment and what is happening now. So thank you so much. Graham is here along with Caroline and with Granger, and I believe Greg is out there as well. I can't really see in the dark, but again, let us thank the Weston family for setting the table and making this happen. In addition to their foundational gifts, a gift of $5 million, I'm pleased to report the total gifts and pledges to the Weston Center project have now reached $11.7 million. In addition to the Weston family gift, TLU's received gifts of $1 million or more from Bob and Karen Oliver, from an anonymous donor, from the Diane Graves Owen Foundation, and each from the estates of Werner Tegeman, a former regent, and the Jackson family. So today we're also announcing the Center for the Arts fundraising initiative with the goal of an additional $4 million to complete full funding for this project. We invite all of you to participate in the official groundbreaking for the Weston Center, which will be during homecoming, Saturday morning, October 8th. Now, Again, Wes said we're going to have this completed in time for the fall 2017 semester. That'll be the studio theater. We'll still be working for a little bit on the School of Music, which should be ready December 1 for us to move in time. So we'll all be ready in the fall semester, but probably the students won't be in the School of Music until the spring semester. That's still a very aggressive time schedule. But we're going to meet that, and it'll be here when we come back, in addition to renovated facilities for Jackson Auditorium, which will serve the larger community as well. I really want to thank all the TLU staff and faculty who've worked so hard on planning for this center. Again, you don't know if we're going to have funding or not. Are we doing this just as an exercise? But especially the Board of Regents for once again displaying vision, a bold vision, and leadership. And of course, the Weston family and all the benefactors who made this long dream for a moment now a reality. And now I'll ask Pastor Stewart to please come forward for the concluding remarks.
I invite you to stand as you are able. Please join with me in the closing dialogue found in your program. We gather as a community with diverse roles, but we all seek to grow in truth. We promise to continue our learning and teach with wisdom. We promise to continue our learning and to flow with enthusiasm. We promise to continue our learning, to support our colleagues and students in their endeavors, and to be responsible stewards of the university. And now may the Lord bless us and keep us, the Lord's face shine on us and be gracious to us, the Lord look upon us with favor and give us peace. Amen.
And so as president of Texas Lutheran University, it is my privilege and pleasure to declare this new academic year open. Let us honor our history and ourselves this year through our work and through our support for each other. May it be a fulfilling, enjoyable, and safe year for us all.
For more information, please visit tlu.edu.